Hi, I'm Mio and this is U.A Anime. Welcome to another My Hero Academia video. Last time, I've shown you the evolution of Midoriya Izuku in the first 100 chapters. If you missed this video, be sure to check it out. I'll leave it at the description. In today's video, let's see how our boys has changed after the first year summer vacation.
In the last 10 days of summer break, all members of Class 1A was given summer homework to upgrade themselves. The first task is to develop their super moves. Super moves can help students control the momentum of any battle and give them the ability to fight consistently well. Also, they are like signatures that make pro heroes stand out from one another. This is when Izuku realized he can't help living under All Might's shadow forever. His body still remained relatively vulnerable to one-for-all's drawbacks, so if he insisted on using All Might's techniques, eventually Izuku would have to sacrifice his own body in order to go all out. Moreover, Izuku's arms were badly injured at the time, so he had to look at his friends creating all kinds of super moves, especially Bakugo, with his new arsenal of destroying techniques.
But let's put that aside for now. Hard things can't wait. Izuku needed a new suit.
Izuku's original hero costume was a green full-body jumpsuit with a red belt, elbow pads, knee pads, and gloves, along with his signature red boots. He also wore a mask with long ear-like protrusions that resembled All Might's haircut, and a respirator with a makeshift smile on it that was also inspired by the greatest hero. To suit his new technique Full Cowl, it was upgraded into Gamma Suit. Here's a quick reminder, through his training with Gran Torino, Izuku was able to unlock this stage of his power and get better control of his quirk. This technique allows Izuku to utilize a percentage of the full power of One for All throughout his body, by letting the power course through him instead of concentrating it in one location. Activating this technique gives him enhanced strength, speed, mobility, and agility. The Gamma Suit would help Izuku make the best use of Full Cowl. With the help of Hatsuma Mei, a student of U.A High School's Department of Support from Class 1H, Iron Soles were added to his red boots to increase the power of his kicks. Arm braces were added and his knee pads now have yellow bolts fastened into them. Sometime later, just before the school festival, Mei Hatsume created support gloves so that Izuku can use Delaware Smash Air Force, a blast of compressed air by flicking his fingers against his foes, without literally breaking his fingers as before.
The suit would have other small changes. I'll talk about them in the next video. But for now, let's back with the main task, creating super move.
As I've just said, everyone started developing their quirks while Izuku looked on since his arm was injured. Ectoplasm advised him to start developing his quirk instead, and our boy has already proven to be exceptionally intelligent on many occasions, displaying both keen observation and analysis as well as adept intuition and resourcefulness. Just one little observation of Ida's and Bakugo's training gave him the idea of focusing more on kicking. Combined with his perseverance, One for All Full Cowl shoot style was. Thanks to that, Izuku finally caught his friends up. It was also just in time for the Provisional Hero License exam. The Provisional Hero Licensing exam is held twice a year during each June and September, coinciding with the start of the usual Japanese semester period. On the day of Class 1A's specific licensing exam, elite students from various schools gathered at Takoba National Stadium. With the total participants of 1,540 students, the passing rate of this year was just 10%. Not only that, but there is also a tradition in the provisional licensing exam called Crushing of U.A, where students from other schools target the U.A because their quirks have been made public via the U.A Sports Festival. Our protagonist in the heat of the battle realized, to be a hero, to keep others safe, one must keep his own body safe first. To a boy that meets Recovery Girl daily as Izuku, this has always been a nightmare. Nevertheless, through exceptional teamwork and communication, Izuku and his friends were able to make an astounding comeback and fill the last 10 spots. Now move to the rescue exam. Students must prove their competence to rescue civilians, both physically and mentally. To be a hero is more than just fighting villains. Thanks to this exam, we can better understand why All Might is the #1 hero. Every time he appears in action, All Might's smile and his catchphrase, "It's fine now. Why? Because I'm here," would instantly bring calm to the most frightened people. Our Izuku, after his points were deducted for not comforting those in need, took after his idol and said, "It's alright." Now that's more like a hero. So our boy passed the exam, grew stronger, while the seeds like Bakugo and Todoroki failed because they were only good at combat.
Todoroki and Bakugo may be even stronger than Izuku at that time with more real combat experience, but they're still students. If they don't understand what it takes to be heroes, they would never pass the exam. Being a hero, like I've said, is more than just fighting bad guys. The provisional hero license is not just a piece of paper, it's the proof that a student understands the true heroism. With the new license in his hand, Izuku is one step closer to his dream.
Moving on, let's see how our boy uses his power in a real combat situation. Following the conclusion of the Provisional Hero License exam, Class 1A returned to Heights Alliance. While everyone else unwound from the exam, Katsuki called Deku out. Eventually, a fight broke out. Deku had always been bullied, yes, literally bullied, by Kacchan during their childhood. But till that moment, Kacchan and Izuku had only fought each other once. And this time, our boy did not back out. Izuku indeed tried to plead Bakugo to listen to him, but if words don't work, Izuku would take Bakugo head on. Subconsciously raising his limit on One for All from 5% to 8%, Izuku's speed increased, and he used a flying kick on Kacchan. Even Izuku was surprised by his power. As I've said, One for All Full Cowl gives Izuku a much wider variety of options in combat. Since the power is spread throughout his whole body, he doesn't need to waste time rechanneling the power from one body part to another. Izuku can finally fight as himself, not All Might. In the battle against Gentle, a new move was created, St. Louis Smash. Using shoot style to focus One for All into his leg before swinging it around and delivering a strong vertical roundhouse kick to his opponent's face, Izuku was able to defeat Gentle in Love's mode.
From this point, we would focus on Izuku's mentality as he would become aware of, well, the cruel way of the world. The next milestone of our protagonist's evolution is set during the Hero Work Studies. The Hero Work Studies are oriented off-campus activities. They are considered significant activities for the formation of future heroes, since they need to obtain real experience, and it helps the participant to improve their combat skills and the use of their quirks. Izuku was to intern at Sir Night-Eye Agency, former sidekick of All Might. To be acknowledged by an extraordinary man like Sir Night-Eye is no easy task. Izuku knew he was in no position to rest, especially when Night-Eye knew Izuku might take the #1 fan of All Might title from him. All jokes aside, from the very start of his Hero Work internship, Izuku knew he had to try even harder than everyone, like All Might said, plus ultra.
Call it luck or not, Izuku and Popeye Mirio encountered Chisaki, leader of 8 Precepts of Death. Deku, with his caring personality, immediately realized something was wrong. With a frightened child in front of them, heroes can't look the other way. Despite his strong sense of justice, all Izuku could do was let Eri go. You aren't so special that you're able to save every person who wants to be saved right then and there. These words of Night-Eye is the unpleasant truth that Izuku had to swallow that day. He must accept he couldn't possibly save everyone with will alone. Night-Eye also shows Izuku other sides of the pro-hero job. From the bitterness of having to let the villains go free, to the despair of knowing the foreseen death of All Might, the death of Night-Eye also leaves a profound impact on Izuku's mentality. Night-Eye has always been strict to Izuku due to him thinking Mirio was the true successor of One for All. But after watching Izuku defying his prediction, Sir Night-Eye finally acknowledged our protagonist. It gives Izuku the push he needs to become more logical and practical while relying less on his emotions. The 8 Precepts of Death arc also shows Izuku's great teamwork skills as he was able to team up with Sir Night-Eye, a real pro-hero, against Chisaki, even though they had never fought together before. After Mirio risked his life to protect Eri, Izuku arrived on the battlefield. Together with Night-Eye, Izuku seized the precious instant to get Mirio and Eri out of danger. This is also the first time Izuku used Manchester Smash, leaping into the air and flipping forward to bring down an axe kick upon Chisaki. Izuku completely negated Chisaki's overhaul. Plus, if you have been dying to see Izuku at 100% One for All, and of course without destroying his entire body in the process, then this moment is for you. With his new motto, "It's alright," Izuku reassured Eri and helped her control Rewind. Izuku activated One for All to its fullest extent throughout Full Cowl, granting him a tremendous boost in speed and strength that not only rivaled that of All Might, but allowed Izuku to easily overwhelm Chisaki. The power increase seemingly gives him fire-like trails coming from his eyes and light-colored hair. Since Rewind literally rewinds the state of a person's body, any damage done to Izuku's body by using One for All at 100% would continually be undone by Eri's quirk. Also, for a moment, Izuku could meet predecessors of One for All. This is a strange event that doesn't even happen to All Might. That may be a hint that Izuku could unlock other powers through the connection like these predecessors. Like usual, only time can tell.
After 2 videos, we have covered Izuku's growth in about 200 chapters. If there are any important moments of Deku's development left out, please let me know in the comment section. And I promise you that there would be another video since our boy would never stop until he was made his dream come true. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to 1,000,000% Delaware Detroit smash that like button and subscribe to our channel.